Everyone knows that when Cyberpunk came out in December 2020, it was a steaming hot pile of trash. I remember when the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, announced Cyberpunk at the E3 event. When Keanu Reeves came out onto the stage, all of us nerdy fanboys lost our shit. With John Wick being so popular at the time, Keanu could have been a part of any game and we would have all lost our shit. There was so much hype surrounding this game's release, one of the biggest new titles on the newest gen of consoles. Everyone was dying to get their hands on this game. But unfortunately, the game was so broken, so messed up when it came out, that even PlayStation gave anyone who bought it a full refund if they requested it, which has rarely ever happened. That kind of says enough of how broken the game was. So I started and finished the game in June 2023, and I was playing it on PC with a 3080 graphics card and a 5900X CPU. So I'm going to let you know where the game is currently at. Now, thankfully, the game is way better now than what it was when it was released in 2020. Unfortunately, the game is not 100% free of bugs just yet, but there's nothing particularly game-breaking that I've experienced throughout my playthrough. But that's not to say it's not without its faults. Still a lot of very noticeable bugs with characters glitching about the place, walking through objects, walking through walls, getting trapped in things. If you break or destroy objects, some fragments kind of just get stuck in the air and you can trap your vehicle. There are certain missions where there's a lot going on that really tanks your FPS. The game still can't really handle it. There are some, not many, but there are some parts of the game that your frame rate will go to shit. It's a shame, but it's not game breaking enough that you can't still play. Let's go into some of the reasons on why you should play this game right now. First things first, the story of Cyberpunk 2077 is absolutely insane. I definitely put the quality of the story in the same league of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Titanfall 2. It's really good. Like, it's a fantastic story, and it's a crying shame that the game was so broken when it came out, because most people, when they think of Cyberpunk, they don't think, oh, that game has an amazing story. I mean, that game's a piece of trash. The game story is actually so well crafted that I really wanted to do all of the side missions, and that's a really rare thing for me. Usually I can't stand doing side quests. It was my biggest criticism of The Witcher 3, but in Cyberpunk I really want to get more into the world, see more of the lore, and just really get as much out of the game as I possibly could. The map design of Cyberpunk is, there's no other way to say it, it's amazing. It's so well made in terms of just the mapping team, whoever designed it, like, it's insane. You really get the feel of Night City driving around. It's a really gorgeous game if you can play it with ray tracing. Like, to be honest, Cyberpunk is an amazing game, and it's a crying shame that it released in the state it did and it has gotten the reputation that it has, because so many aspects of the game, they went above and beyond, and just optimization, bugs, glitchiness, and the game just not being ready was its main problem. I know the game got delayed, and the game was incredibly expensive to make, and all the other stuff that went into it. People have to be paid, companies have to have their money, you know, business. Well, I think if they had taken like another 4 or 5 months to test the game out fully and just get it in a better shape, it would have been far better received. And the only thing I could say, the main reason why you should probably play it now is that if you're looking for something really good to play and you don't mind putting up with a few bugs here and there, some bad optimization at some points, you should definitely play it. But on that same note, we should probably get into why you should just wait a little bit longer. As I've said, the game has a fair amount of bugs remaining. Nothing too game breaking, but they're there. There is good news though. In September of this year, they are releasing a DLC called Phantom Liberty. Now, the DLC isn't just a DLC. It's not just additional content. They are actually doing an overhaul of the entire game. They're changing the perk system, leveling up system, armor system, combat system. They're adding buttons for dodging, and basically there's so many improvements happening. They're also tying up all these bugs, optimizing the game, and just making it far better. So if you haven't played Cyberpunk yet and you really want to get an amazing experience and you don't want to put up with bugs, it's probably better to wait until the DLC releases. Buy the game, make your own decision, and then if you really enjoy it like I did, you'll probably end up getting the DLC. Some content creators have had a chance to play the expansion early, and they have gone into depth on how vastly different the game is going to be compared to what it is now. And even if you've played the game already and you're thinking, I really want to play that game again to get one of the different endings, or just you just love the game and you want to play it again, it might be a good idea just to hold off till September when the DLC comes out and then give it a shot again. Overall, the game has vastly improved since its release, and if you're okay with putting up with a few bugs, now might be a good time to check out Cyberpunk, because it actually is in a fairly decent spot right now. But if you're not willing to put up with bugs, and that is understandable, especially if you're getting a AAA title, I definitely wait till September, till the DLC comes out, and then give it a look. I'm really excited for when the DLC comes out. I think I will start a new playthrough from the very beginning, and in case of any of you are wondering, I went with the Pan Am route. I'm part of the Pan Am army, but if I was to play it again, I'd kind of be interested to see how things would have gone if I'd selected the girl character and went down the Judy route. I am going to make a video about the DLC when it does release in September, so if you're interested in checking that out, hit that subscribe button. If you bought this game on release, please let me know what bugs you've experienced in the comment section, because I have heard some crazy stories. Also, let me know what platform you were on. I've heard the bugs vary from platform to platform too. But if you have made it this far in the video, I can't thank you enough for staying with me. But until next time, peace!